Hello everyone, and welcome to my Update US Gossip channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. During the mid-season break, Tony does not purchase what Meri is selling. Hey Sister Wives fans, let's talk about Tony Padron and what he has to say about Meri Brown in a real-time video post. But in true Tony fashion, he goes a bit too far. Tony's comment about Meri became so bizarre that Kody had to change the subject. Sister Wives, Tony Padron and Michael Brown Padron latest offerings. Kody Brown Padron and Tony Padron do a weekly live fan event on Patreon. They watch episodes from the long-ago Sister Wives seasons and comment on what they see. At the same time, fans text questions to the couple, which Tony and Kody answer. So what did we learn this week? A lot of stuff. Let's start with the trivial, but interesting, bits of info that these two shared. We know Tony and Kody moved to North Carolina because Tony got a job offer he couldn't refuse. He is an expert in chess and currently works for one of the nation's largest chess instruction centers. It is located in NC. When they first told the Sister Wives fans about the move, Kody said it was a good way for them to distance themselves from all the family drama. So, she agreed to the move. But Tony classified the move as, basically for my chess career, it was huge. Then, Kody tells us that Tony has some student openings. Yes, that means you could sign up to have Tony Padron as your chess instructor. So, if you live in the Wilmington area of NC and are looking to learn the game or perfect your game of chess, Tony might be your guy. Kody and Tony joined the family migration to East Coast. Kody and Tony live in the Wilmington area, a few hours away from her sister wives' half-sibling Maddie Brown Brush. Maddie lives in Greenville with her family of 6. Then Janelle lives in Chacoanity, which is close to Maddie's home. Tony and Kody just came back from visiting Maddie, which is a couple of hours away from where they live. Tony says Maddie and husband, Caleb Brush, have a lot on their plate today after the recent birth to their 4th child. It sounded like a fun visit, according to Kody, but also a chaotic visit, as far as Tony was concerned. Sister Wives, no clue. Moving right along, Tony Padron and Kody Brown Padron filmed this video just a few days ago. Therefore, you would expect them to be aware of the second half of season 19's return date. However, they were unaware of the air date. This astonished the fans. Especially since TLC has been announcing this for a couple of weeks now, both on the screen and online. Kody then claimed that she contacted Christine Brown Woolley, her mother, and that she was also unaware of the start date. But that stunned the fans even more because TLC has been running the promo announcing the start date of April 20th way before they did this video. Fans of Sister Wives were quick to send the couple messages in real time to set up a date. But that seemed to surprise Kody. She even stated that she would have to verify this. So, they seemed out of touch on that one. Meri Brown's The Tall House. We gained some insight into Kody Brown's and his wife's previous housing issues. Sister Wives fans probably didn't know that Meri Brown and her child once lived with Christine and her kids. You haven't heard of a 7-story house until Kody describes it. It was in West Jordan, Utah, where they first moved after living in Wyoming. This was odd to hear because these two ladies have a lot of friction between them. Christine didn't like the way Meri treated her kids, and she wasn't shy about sharing that with Meri. Furthermore, believe it or not, Meri moved into this tall house, which was Christine's home, yes, with Christine there. So during another big move for the family before the Sister Wives cameras were around, for a few months, Meri was Christine's roommate. Sister Wives, what about Kody Brown? Even though Kody and Tony had previously told fans about their rumored separation from Kody Brown, neither of them said a word about it. So, Kody said something else instead of using that as an excuse to not visit her father and Robyn. When a fan asked if they had visited Kody lately, she said no. But that was because they now live on the East Coast. She said they can't afford the price of 5 plane seats or the time off to go visit her father and his now one and only wife. That was a far cry from the previous belief that they no longer communicate with them. Next, Meri is everything so, Tony and Kody made it through the trivial stuff on this new video, without any jaws dropping for Sister Wives fans. But when they discussed the topic of Meri Brown having another baby, that is where Tony went off course. And caused some consternation. They watched a season 4 episode in which Meri debated whether or not she should use Robyn as a surrogate to have another child. The plan was to use Meri's egg, fertilized by Kody in a petri dish, then plant the egg in Robyn. Kody and Tony watched as Meri seemed to struggle with this. However, she ultimately decided not to have any more children, so she turned down Robyn's offer. Kody had the impression that Meri didn't want to have another child, possibly because of the pain she might go through if this in vitro fertilization failed. Tony, on the other hand, explained Meri's predicament by employing an odd analogy. Sister Wives, Meri is thrown to the dogs by Tony. Tony offered up his theory as to why Meri declined a baby via Robyn. He says it is like having a dog that dies. You don't want to get another one because you don't want to go through the pain of another dog eventually dying. Meri decided not to try in vitro because she didn't want to go through the pain of it not working. And according to the world as seen by Tony, the same applies to your dog dying. That pain makes you not want another puppy. Kody asked her husband if he realizes he just compared pregnancy to having a dog. Oh yeah, Tony agreed that is just what he is saying. The dog-puppy debate came to an end at that point. Meri's anger issues surface? Kody Brown-Padron was of the opinion that Meri Brown's decision not to have any more children appeared to be the catalyst for her hostility toward Kody and her numerous siblings. Kody said instead of Meri stepping up and being that other mother for all of Kody's kids, she became angry. And we have heard about Meri's anger issues from some of the other kids. Padon Brown, Christine's son, said Meri wasn't safe to be around when they were kids. Maddie blew up the internet a while back when fans believed she was calling Meri the monster from her childhood. So, it seems Kody thinks this is what put Meri on a tangent of anger that the kids seem to vividly remember. So, there you have it, from the tall house that Christine Brown lived in, to Tony throwing Meri Brown to the dogs. Kody and Tony Padron offer up a few scoops during the Sister Wives hiatus. In late August 2024, Kody and Robyn Brown quietly listed their Flagstaff, Arizona, retreat, a 395 square foot, 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom cabin-style home, on the market for $1.65 million. Only to pull the listing just over a month later on October 8, 2024, according to property records and multiple real estate outlets. People. Realitydia. The decision came amid a highly publicized property feud with Kody's former Sister Wives and a recent lawsuit filed by Christine Brown seeking child support and custody of their youngest daughter, Truly. Realitydia. The home itself boasts amenities befitting a family compound, a heated driveway to combat Flagstaff's winter snows, 2 full laundry rooms to accommodate a large household, and an oversized drive-through garage capable of housing multiple vehicles and a workshop. People. Realtor. Situated on 4 wooded acres that back directly onto national forest land, the property offers wraparound decks with panoramic mountain views, walking trails, and dedicated spaces for outdoor dining and play, including a built-in trampoline area and picnic tables. People. Inside, the primary suite features a spa-like inside bathroom with dual-head shower, stone basin sinks, and French doors leading to a private deck, while a bright red butler's pantry and expansive kitchen island underscore the home's emphasis on family gathering and entertaining. Realtor. After initially listing at $1.65 million on August 29, the Browns slashed the asking price by $700,000, dropping it to $949,000, in an apparent bid to generate buyer interest amid the ongoing legal drama. Realtor. Yet, despite the dramatic price reduction, no offers materialized, and on October 8, the listing was officially withdrawn from the market, a move first reported by People and later confirmed by Realtor.com and Reality. People. Realitydia. Insiders suggest that the listing's removal was driven not only by lackluster buyer response but by mounting financial pressures. A source close to the family told the U.S. Sun that the property has become a huge expense that they no longer can afford, citing steep annual maintenance costs, significant property taxes, and the added burden of an adjacent, undeveloped 5-acre parcel known as Coyote Pass, land that Kody purchased in 2018 for $820,000 with plans for a multi-home compound that has since stalled. The Sun. According to county tax records obtained by the U.S. Sun, Kody and his co-owners, Robyn, Meri, and Janelle, face more than $16,000 in property taxes on their Flagstaff holdings this year alone, a figure that underscores the financial strain of maintaining multiple large properties in northern Arizona. The Sun. The timing of the listing's withdrawal also coincided with Christine Brown's September 16, 2024, lawsuit against Kody, in which she sought full custody of their 14-year-old daughter and retroactive child support, alleging that Kody was not even listed on Truly's birth certificate. Realitydia. Reality T reported that Christine's legal action included a domestic relations injunction to prevent harassment or disparagement, raising the stakes for Kody to preserve assets that might otherwise be tapped to satisfy a court judgment. Realitydia. Some observers speculated that pulling the listing was a tactical move to keep the home off the public radar during sensitive negotiations and potential litigation, although the Browns have never publicly confirmed this rationale. People. Complicating matters further is the long-planned but never realized Coyote Pass development. Intended as a family compound with separate lots for each of Kody's wives, the 5-acre parcel remains undeveloped and unpaid, with no building permits filed despite periodic permit applications that expired in June 2024. The Sun. The financial and logistical headaches of Coyote Pass, combined with legal threats from Meri and Janelle over their claimed investments, have arguably made the maintenance of any large Flagstaff property untenable without clear family consensus on next steps. The Sun. Amid the market withdrawal, Kody and Robyn quietly moved forward with an alternative housing plan. Public records show that on October 24, 2024, the couple closed on a brand new 784-square-foot Flagstaff mansion for $2.1 million, securing a $1.68 million loan with a $420,000 down payment and locking in a mortgage term through November 2054. The Sun. This new estate, featuring 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a guest house, and a detached RV garage with workshop space, represents a significant upgrade in both size and amenities, and suggests that the Browns were intent on trading one high-maintenance property for another rather than returning to smaller quarters. The Sun. Fan reaction to the pulled listing was swift on social media. On Reddit's r/TL Sisterwives, viewers expressed confusion and speculation. Some believed Kody might relist at a lower price once the Christine lawsuit was resolved, while others posited that the couple intended to keep the home off the market to prevent further scrutiny of their financial woes. Reddit. A thread on r/Sisterwives highlighted skepticism about the new mansion purchase, with users questioning whether trading one multi-million-dollar home for another would truly alleviate the Browns' fiscal challenges or simply compound them. Reddit. Within the Sister Wives narrative itself, the home's listing and removal played out as a subplot in Season 19, illustrating how property and money have become flashpoints in the Brown family's fracturing relationships. In on-camera confessions, Kody admitted that the feud over real estate had driven a wedge between him and his ex-wives, while Robyn lamented feeling caught in the middle as the sole remaining spouse and co-owner of multiple contested assets. Realtor. Producers intercut scenes of the home's listing photos, complete with shots of Meri's and Janelle's former bedrooms, with interviews about betrayal and financial distrust, amplifying the drama for viewers but also underscoring the real-world stakes of plural family life. Realtor. Despite the dramatic price cuts and market removal, Kody and Robyn have maintained that they have no immediate plans to relist the property, preferring instead to focus on settling the Coyote Pass dispute and integrating into their new mansion. People. Real estate experts note that withdrawing a listing can sometimes preserve a property's mystique and allow sellers to reset pricing strategy, but doing so twice within 6 months, as the Browns briefly relist at $1.65 million, cut the price to $949,000, and then pulled it, can signal desperation to potential buyers. Realtor. Looking ahead, the fate of the withdrawn listing remains uncertain. If Christine's lawsuit results in a substantial financial judgment against Kody, the Flagstaff home could be relisted to satisfy child support or legal fees. Conversely, if the ex-wives reach an out-of-court settlement over Coyote Pass, the Browns might divest the cabin to consolidate resources. Either scenario will depend on delicate negotiations among Kody, Robyn, Meri, and Janelle, negotiations that, to date, have been as fraught as any of the family's televised confrontations. Realitydia. The Sun. In the end, the listing's brief life on the market and its abrupt withdrawal encapsulate the complexities of sister wives in 2024, where spiritual vows intersect with property law, where reality TV drama dovetails with genuine legal and financial risk, and where the Brown family's experiment in plural marriage continues to evolve under the unblinking eye of cameras and cash alike. Whether the cabin will return to the market, be absorbed into Coyote Pass, or fade into history as a footnote in the family saga, its story has already become emblematic of the very real costs, emotional, relational, and monetary, of trying to blend unconventional faith with modern-day realities.